Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are taking our first look at the new map, Scandinavia. I do apologize guys, my voice is just shot. Being sick for multiple days in a row now, you guys know the deal. I'm struggling. I really am. I'm struggling with everything. I haven't been to the gym in 2 days. Like, it's been rough. Like, legitimately, I have just been struggling. So thank you guys for your continued support. Thank you guys for all the well wishes. And if my freaking chair would stop rolling away, I'm gonna lose my mind. But yeah, we're gonna be in the Jean Bart on this one, and we're bottom tier. And we're gonna have us a heck of a match. Now I gotta throw something out there. When we get new maps, it's pretty rare, right? Like, I don't know why it's so rare for Wargaming to add new maps. I feel like with their limited like maps, like there shouldn't be as big a gap between getting new maps as we do have. Like, for real. The maps aren't much more than somebody taking a terrain tool and editing in a few islands on an ocean map and then adding a little bit of texture to those islands over time. So I don't know why it takes so long, but it does. I'm sure Wargaming will be like, well, we have to balance the maps for each side. Bullshit. I'm calling it. I'm calling bullshit on that. Because that ain't true. We all know. But yeah, so anytime we get new maps, I'm kind of like happy. And the reason I'm happy is because you don't know what anybody's going to do. It's crazy. Like, when you play on a map for a certain amount of time, you will start to notice tendencies on how people move off of spawns, where people spawns. And this one, I have no clue. I know we got 3 separate spawn points. We got one at A, one at C, one at D. I spawned at the D side. I've got 2 ships that are staying on the inside of the D side, and I'm going to go around the outside because at the end of the day, I have no idea what they're going to do, and I've got to make sure that if they do try to go wide, that I'm in a good place that I can at least hold them. Turns out, this was a good decision because we are going to put ourselves in a good position here to hold back the enemy for as long as possible. And we're going to be up against all odds. All right, when I say we were bottom tier, I mean like literally everything on our side of the map was higher tier than us, which is always rough. I say that as a Bismarck shows himself around the corner. You're like, you just lied to us. And that's when the good old Giuseppe Verdi shows himself. And then a Petro Pavlovsk shows himself. And you're like, oh, okay, I got it. Don't worry, there's a Heisen or a Heisen coming as well. So we got all kinds of things out here that would love nothing more than to ruin our day. Now, this Giuseppe, I thought he was going to do a little bit of a bad move here by just going full broadside in front of us. But he initially stays angled, and so we don't get a whole lot. Now, knowing that we have two battleships that are pretty like tanky, and then one heavy cruiser, super cruiser, whatever you want to call it, at the back of the map. I don't think it's a super cruiser, right? Like Petro? I can't remember. Maybe it is. But Petro's sitting there bow into us. We don't have the ability to overmatch him. So we're in trouble. The SAP secondary is working on us from the Giuseppe. Giuseppe. Is it Giuseppe or is it Giuseppe? Somebody gonna have to let me know. I know the Italians probably upset with me. Everybody gets upset with me. They're like, hey, you should learn to pronounce things before you do the video, Spartan. Yeah, I know, right? I try. It's just that I'm an idiot. I think you guys should know that by now. Anyway, Bismarck's pushing up on the far outside, so he's the one that I've got the easiest shots at. I'm going to try to get rid of him. Also, he's the one with the HE secondaries, so if we can get rid of that, that's going to be big for us because we're very susceptible to HE pins. That being said, the Giuseppe's SAP secondaries are a problem as well. Now, Petro starts to move forward with his team, so we're going to keep him at bay by just, letting him know. Sometimes you just gotta let somebody know. I see you. You can't just be out there doing whatever you want, alright? I'm gonna keep you at bay. And this is exactly what I was talking about. Now, unfortunately, he's like, I'll just let you know right back. I've got HE. And I'm like, I see you. It's okay. I get it. So we can't have that. But we're going to go ahead and put a shot on the Bismarck again. We're trying to use an island cover to keep ourselves hidden from... Ouch! Who the... Oh my god! Help! Help! This was a bad idea. But speaking of bad ideas, Bismarck decides he doesn't want to live anymore. So we oblige him. Getting rid of the Bismarck there because he just goes full broadside. Speaking of dead, our battleship is dead. And that leaves me... versus essentially 5 ships on this side of the map. I don't think we need to have like a discussion of why that's a bad thing, right? Like, I think we can all get an idea of why going toe-to-toe with 5 separate ships is a bad thing. And when you count that those 5 ships are all higher tier than you with the Petro, the Giuseppe, the Republic, and the Heisen, whatever you want to call it, you can get a feeling for why I'm in danger. Speaking of danger, our Plymouth is like, I'm out. I know, I'm censoring myself. Isn't it great? Like, I could actually, like, sit here and have a little bit of fun with you guys, despite having a voice that sounds like an 80-year-old smoker. But we're going to try to stay alive. Now, I've talked about this many and many a times. You can't just, in these situations, you just can't let everybody beat on you. You have no choice but to pull back and let them come to you. Limit who can shoot you. Limit their firing angles. All those things. We have this gigantic mountain here. Right now, that Plymouth is like, come on, dude. Like, you gotta give yourself up to be shot. And I'm like, no, screw you. And I'm paraphrasing here. I'm sure the guy was plenty, like, aware that I can't just let 5 ships beat me up. But in the grand scheme of things, he's probably thinking, dude, I can't engage these ships either because I'm a Plymouth. So I've got to let these guys, you know, do what they're going to do. Now, if you look at the other side of the map, our team has an advantage on that side, other than the fact they have a destroyer over there. Our team should, oh my god, it's the Repub, and he has chosen to punch me right in the face hole. So, yeah, we got to deal with this man first. Obviously, being a Repub, he's way stronger than we are. He's like us on crack. Okay, we know how good the Repub is. And here I'm like, okay, engine boost, we're going straight ahead. We got to put some islands between us and the other guys. Those guys hopefully will start engaging the left side of the map. You can see a lot of our guys are bow into them. So we take a shot here, and just as we get thinking about using some... oh, shoot. Just as we thought we were going to get a good hit, he knocks one of our turrets out temporarily, but it's fine. We're going to go ahead, we switch over to armor piercing, just working the superstructure, right? And at this point, like, I am begging this Repub to do something stupid. I'm like, please, 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 for the love of God, just do something. Like, go full broadside in front of me. At this angle, I don't think I have enough, and so we go high here, aiming for the superstructure again, and we actually knock one of his turrets. That's huge. That's going to be a big deal here in a couple of moments as we're trying to deal with this dude health-wise. If we can keep knocking his guns out, that's a big advantage for us. Now here, you can see, we can't lob the island. We're too close to it. But hopefully, at least one of ours, and that also works in our favor as well. You can see I'm trying to think, okay, well, if I can't go through the... Ouch! Stop shooting me! God, it's not nice. You have 17-inch guns. I have 15-inch guns. There's a slight caliber, you know, disparity here. Disparity. That's the word. But our team has wrapped up the left side of the map. So now they're coming back across to help us. So it's just a matter of time. Now here I get an absolutely god-tier salvo. Right through the cheek. You'll love to see it. He shoots. Doesn't get the same for us because we're getting angled enough. Those HE secondaries from the 150s are hurting. But we also have those. And we get a fire on him as well. We know we already blapped him once. And there we, RNG giveth and RNG taketh away. We go from absolutely blapping him to having a few shells do some damage, and then the rest of them hitting the water because reasons. But just as we're about to finish this guy off... Oh wait, I lied. Is this not the map that I thought it was? Either way, we do finish him off. We still have our guns. I could have swore we lost a gun at some point during this fight. Clearly, it's been a moment since this fight started. Basically, it was day one of the update. This was like an early morning game. But we're at 142,000 damage. We don't have any hit points left. The game is pretty well in hand at this point, but I would love to try to make one more good push. If I can. But we have an island here. We can get ourselves in position and potentially reach out and help the team with the Giuseppe here, or Giuseppe. So we go ahead and we try to do so. There is a tier 8 battleship right here next to us, and if you look at him like I do here in a moment, look at his guns. His guns are rotating because he knows that I'm still alive. He does not care that the Plymouth even exists. Why does he not care that the Plymouth exists? Because he can't shoot the Plymouth at that range, let's be real. But you know who he can shoot? A very low health battleship. So he is going to sit here for quite a while and try contemplating life's greater problems while waiting for me to show myself so that he can get a cheeky shot and finish me off. Me, on the other hand, I'm just like sitting here begging for one of my teammates to actually come through in the clutch here. You can see Cruiser is actually landing shots, and I'm just waiting for an opportunity. I want those turrets to turn away from me, right? Like, you can see his turrets pointing directly at me, so as soon as I get spotted, he gonna kill me. We don't want that. So I want him... Oh, God. He put up a plane! Help! Please tell me he can't lob the island. Oh, my God, he can't lob the island. Thank God. I know one of those shells made it through, but it was not gonna hit us. But you can see he's now pushing forward. His turrets are turning. Now... this could be a clever plan by him to force me to come out, right? If he turns his turrets and then puts himself in a position to actually get some shots, he could actually finish me off. However, me being slightly smarter, I'm like, I just wait. I'm patient, you know? I got all the time. And God dang plane! Why do you have to spot me the moment I commit to the push? No! Darn it! I hate it! I hate it all! But it's fine, because we've already committed. It's time. He's starting to go bow into us. We got to get this shot around the island. We take it. All the shells clear the island. We do nothing, really. Let's be real. But come on! Reload the guns! Please! Please reload. Oh my God. Reload the guns. Tell me he shot. I don't think he shot. His guns are definitely loaded, but so are ours. And... we're going to get one more shot. We just got to wait. Oh, God, he forced the shot. Okay, well, we're going for it. And that's the one where we get all the damage. Go figure. Like, the first shot, I figure I should have gotten something. That second shot, I don't know how I did that damage. It had to have hit the upper side plating. But yeah. If he hadn't fired his guns with the front guns there, like, if he hadn't fired those front guns and waited until he got the rear guns on target, I would have sent him packing, if you ask me. Like, that salvo was so beautiful. Like, if he had gone full broadside, there is a very real possibility that my Jean Bart with those French magic bullets sends him back to the port. Alright? But now we have a Petro. The enemy has a chance to win this. Let's not get this backwards, okay? The enemy has a destroyer. It is a Shima, I think. And that destroyer is annihilating our battleships. This Petro does not have the advantage here while he decides to go, for inexplicable reasons, full broadside to a Musashi. I don't understand it. If he stays bow in, he makes himself skinny enough, there's a good chance he actually survives that salvo versus the Musashi, and he can continue to punish the Musashi's broadside. Petro at that range absolutely can Citadel a Musashi. I have no doubts. But that's just the first of many. Now, the Heisen finds himself in a situation where he's basically doing the exact same thing I did. Using the island to make sure that not everybody on the team can shoot at him. This Musashi knows that there's a destroyer off his left side, so you can see he's already turning to try to make himself skinny. The battleship is kind of beaching himself on the island. We've got our Plymouth out in the distance that, Lord have mercy, you gotta dodge better than that, Sunshine. Come on. Don't die! Oh, God. And there's the torpedoes. Down goes our Musashi. The enemy... are they gonna take out? Nope. The Plymouth survives for now. There are 46 seconds left. The destroyer's still alive. We have a battleship right there in the cap with him. And the battleship shoots the Heisen instead, but he does get the kill with the Giuseppe. And that leaves just the Giuseppe versus a Z-44. Okay, it's Z-44, not a Shima. That makes a little more sense. Not quite as hard a hitting torpedoes. But is he going to get his guns around to shoot at the destroyer in time? We got 20 seconds left in the match. We have a lead. We cannot possibly lose this. This is a GG. And, come on, 10 seconds. He gets the shot out. It looks good. Oh, he leaves it with just enough to get away. Unfortunate. But it was a fun match. And like I said, getting on new maps like this are so nice because you just don't know what anybody's going to do. So you end up with some crazy situations. And personally, I prefer that over the cookie cutter. Okay, I'm on this map. I know where they're going to spawn. I know what they're going to do. You know, all the tendencies that everybody has. But 156,000 damage against all odds. Literally 1 versus 5 essentially on our side of the map, with most of them most of the people against us being a higher tier. So I think we did everything we could do in that situation, and we ended up having us a pretty solid game. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys enjoy the like map releases, or do you guys prefer like the standard, okay, I know what I'm doing sort of maps? And if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.